Recording in progress.
All set.
Welcome to Design Review Board. First up on tonight's agenda is approval of minutes for June 4th, 2025.
Make a motion to approve of the corrections noted. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. First up is Morgan Kelly, 4479 Main Street. Applicant is requesting to change the exterior paint color to Roycroft Bottle Green. Anybody for this one?
Yeah, and,
Not that I see.
Well, we'll move on. Next up is Robin Sign, Co. Inc., 4803 Main Street. Applicant is requesting a replacement sign for Jolly's. There's been a change in ownership and the sign is a freestanding 1-inch thick V-carved wood panel sign that will replace the existing sign as well as changing the wall sign. Sizes of the signs will remain the same, but the logos will change. There's somebody here for that.
I am here
On
through
Zoom?
Zoom.
Okay, great. Has everybody had a chance to take a look at the change?
Yeah.
Any questions, comments?
Yeah, the light, what's going on with that light on top there? Where it's dented?
Yeah, the owner is going to replace that.
Now, is that a fluorescent fixture? That's what it kind of looks like, a tube.
I think it used to be. I don't know if they're upgrading it to an LED fixture.
Okay, so,
Because for my mind, I'd rather see a downcast, gooseneck type fixture as opposed
Okay.
to fluorescent.
So
I can-
with that being said, it's probably best to kind of coordinate with Peter and Elias on lighting.
Okay, I can have their facilities people reach out to them.
Good. Any other questions on the signs?
no, it sounds like you had mentioned this, or whoever the applicant was, that there's gonna be plastic cabs to hide the screw heads from the fastening? Is
Yes,
that- Okay, right,
on the sign on the building.
right.
Yep, they're plastic caps that cover the screw head. They would be white, so they would blend into the background of the sign.
And anything else for anyone?
Looks like they're new vinyl graphics on the pumps. Yeah.
It's like up top there, they're just changing the colors on the,
Sign.
The pump size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3, and 4.
yeah,
You didn't have any questions about aluminum, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
No other questions for me?
anybody else?
Nope.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the sign presented with an upgrade on the lighting to be more in line with what we're looking for today, perhaps a gooseneck fixture.
and again, that's something that you'll coordinate through with Peter and Elias.
Yes, I will have facilities from Arabido contact them.
Okay, great. With that, is there a second?
Go ahead.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
You
You
too.
too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, next up, Deanna Donza, 4697 Main Street, applicant requesting to install installation of a 72 by 24 panel to be located over the window at 4697 Main Street. Somebody here for that one? Okay. Table that and move on here. Actually, is there somebody here for Riverwalk?
Here.
Riverwalk, 2187 Depot Street. Applicant is requesting the approval for a placement of Riverwalk archway over the sidewalk leading to the new Riverwalk Bridge measuring 9 by 16. Okay, Stephen.
Those dimensions are not correct. I think they're 60 inches by 106.5.
So if anything, it looks like it's coming down a bit.
Yeah. Or those are the dimensions came from, but
Fine. Yeah. Thoughts, comments on the Riverwalk sign?
First of all, thank you for doing everything you guys have done. Incredible, what happened there with that. My only, it's very exciting. We walked over it. It's amazing, actually. But my only thought here is that on this, I feel the red is a little bright. I think like a gray or something would blend in better with the buildings. You know, I don't want it to look like an arcade entrance. You know what I'm saying? That's my feeling. Something softer.
so we did look at a number of different shades of red, and I think this was the color of our logo, so we're trying to match that, I get that, I understand that, like I was arguing for a darker red, that would be less intrusive. So I'm amenable to that, but I don't know exactly what that means. You're saying gray, I'm saying like a darker shade of red. I mean, we have some flexibility for sure. We can go back to the drawing board and provide additional colors. I mean, since still being fabricated, this is the last step on the powder coating on.
Yeah, and again, I have to recuse myself from voting on this because I sit on the board for Riverwalk. Stephen, thanks for coming in to talk about it. We can definitely go back to look at other options, Ray. Some people had mentioned just black on the posts and using the Riverwalk for the logo, which again matches the logo down to the entrance near Friends of the Sun. That's the logo and color, close to the color match for that. But we have flexibility, right? We definitely.
I'm just looking at the building behind it, the yellow, you know, it's softer. I find it's less of a clash if you were to use like a gray. It's similar to what's on your hat, you know. A grayish brown is nice. It's just my thought.
You can also upload a matte beach as well. Explore that. But, okay, we can go back to the drawing board and maybe submit some alternative options.
Let's see what
Well, this is
others.
my feeling. I don't know how. the
Right,
rest
let's
of
see
the
what
board
others
feels.
have to say.
Mhm.
Mary, thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it is a good point. The bright red is a bit standout. So yeah, if you can come back with a few other options, that would be great.
Okay.
What is the timeline, Stephen?
Month out.
So is there going to be much of a delay here on not seeing an approval tonight for a color?
What's that?
Is there going to be much of a delay or any delay
In terms of
in
what?
terms of having the sign installed?
It's a good question. So I don't know. I mean, it depends on how quickly we make a decision. So at least if we're planning to alternative colors. It's up to you.
I mean, I'll come in tomorrow if you need it that quick. You know, I just like to see some different options.
Yeah, we could have a special meeting. It shouldn't take long.
That's right.
Yeah.
And once you decide on the colors, I mean, I'm in position basically to say that the town ultimately would be the owner of this property, right? So I would almost suggest that we could do an exemption for town-owned signs in that location. Are there any other signs you might need, directional or otherwise? So there was some banter, I guess, the other day on maybe Facebook about someone with a mobility scooter wasn't able to get all the way across. And is there a potential for adding a sign to direct someone up another pathway other than the stairs?
Not planned, but we could look at it.
Okay.
You could, yeah, for sure.
Are you saying that's integrated into this sign?
I beg pardon?
That's integrated into this?
Well, I'm just saying that I would take a position from the ZA to say that if the town's going to own this and it's already been kind of approved by the DAB, that take a position that it wouldn't necessarily need a permit.
Because that's a change to the to the actual sign, forget color. Is that what we're talking about?
No, I think what Peter's talking about, and correct me if I'm wrong, is what I'm hearing is we're going to relook or reconsider the color of this gateway sign
Yeah.
that's in front of Berkshire Bank.
Yeah.
What Peter's raising is there was some community comments, loving the bridge, but also noting that there's no signage for people that perhaps are in wheelchair or have mobility issues, that once they get to the end of the bridge, there's a stairwell. Does that make
Got it.
sense?
So
In other words-
directional sign. or
So
something.
some kind of a directional.
Directional
sign.
signs could be folded into that same, exemption, if you will.
Yeah, okay. that's
And,
fine.
but that is new, that's new to the Riverwalk board.
Yeah.
But they're like brand new. So I think we need to go back and figure out, and then the town would need to approve what that directional sign looks like.
Correct.
Because in effect, it's going to be town-owned property. So you may have your own request for what the directional sign reads like,
I don't think so.
No?
It's just,
Okay.
as long as somebody gets some direction.
because there's some information.
Right.
Okay, so does that make
Yeah,
sense?
it does.
Okay.
So I guess at this point, why don't you just get back to Peter to see how quickly you guys can turn around
Sure.
colors and these ADA signs, I guess.
Okay, and I'm hearing gray from Ray and Mary, a lighter red if possible, or maybe not as bright red.
Not as bright red, maybe the posts, like you said, if the posts were black and just Riverwalk was a
Was
different
the,
color, a darker color. That
Not-
might
not
help
like-
mute it a bit,
Okay.
like a combination of Ray's gray and our.
Okay.
And the darker logo.
I mean, I knew it was coming up, so I was gonna actually go down to Miles and get some, there's a grade, it's called, I'm not hung up on that, but there's a grade called Paperclip, Benjamin Moore, that's a brownish grade, it's very soft, probably work really well with that building behind it.
so Ray, brownish gray on the posts, but the sign a different color, are you saying?
Yeah, it's fine, I mean, I would do it all the same, but I don't,
Okay,
I'm not, just something to tone it down just a little bit.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
get that.
okay. And did you have any thoughts on
No,
that?
I'm pretty amenable
Okay.
to the color. I mean, the red, the two-tone piece works for me as well, but
Okay,
like I'm gonna get too hung up on the color myself.
okay.
But it is in the center of town. I mean, it-
Nope.
I agree,
it has-
I agree.
it has an
I mean, to
impact.
tone it
feedback.
down a little bit, so,
Mhm. Okay,
okay, we're good?
yep,
Great.
All right, great, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, Stephen.
yeah.
Okay, next up. Constantius, FOIFA, 4478 Main Street, applicant requesting 3 new signs, 2 wall signs measuring 94 by 26, and a carved 11-inch tall letters above the main door, and 1 freestanding sign, 32 by 42.
So when,
You on the right one?
yep,
Okay.
Mind if I come up?
Yeah, please come up to the podium.
It's like they explain each sign. Okay, we'll start with the first sign. It's gonna be a freestanding sign. Right on the store, and this gentleman is gonna tell us how far from the middle of the road it's gonna be back.
Oh, do you have a proposed location?
Yeah, we have a proposed location. It's gonna look like this, and the front of the building, it's gonna be on the north side of the building. Excuse me, the south side of the building.
What is this?
This is this sign. It's gonna be
Yeah,
standing
so
sign.
what is this, the post, as opposed to that?
The same thing, do black. Let me show
Oh,
it to you.
this is showing wood.
This is what it is, it's gonna be wood.
Oh, it's
wrong.
Oh, it's not, it's not, it's this.
The other back look, but the actual those ones fall down, that's the wooden back. You know,
Yeah,
it's the one that,
We didn't get that in the original packet.
we can get that, yeah.
So that's what's gonna be in wood.
okay, sorry.
Okay, that's a nice.
Yeah, that's a nice, it's very rich look.
Yep.
And particularly with the black and then the gold.
Right.
And then what they're gonna have, I put this up so you can
Great,
see.
thank you.
They're gonna have
That's okay.
These kind of lamps.
That's beautiful.
Facing down.
Very this is-
Very, very rich look. So that's and again, we have to know how far we have to put it back.
So this
I
is,
drove,
this
I
is,
drove up there.
this is,
And
it
pulled
is-
out that
Very
side of
nice,
the parking
yeah.
lot. It's when you're facing the building, this side is gonna be on the south side. And I drove and if you're pulling out, that's not gonna be parking, that's gonna be additional parking for the help. But when you come out, the sign's not blocking the view of either way. It's far enough back.
So
and you
it's
can see,
south
you
and-
can see the south and the north.
I,
And
So from the sidewalk, how far is it? Do we have any idea?
well, again, we'd like to put it as close as possible, but we're gonna go
I
by,
heard 8 feet from the building, which is out of the right of way for us.
Right.
It's 42 feet from the center line to the building, so there's plenty of
so
room.
could we get it a little bit closer? To the,
Don't get within 25 feet of the center line.
but it's, just to be clear, it's the two posts, not that.
no, it's not that.
It's this.
That's the
Yeah.
original drawing, and that's not, this is what they're gonna go by.
This
This
looks
is
great.
so much more rich looking than.
Oh, yeah,
that.
the wood, very nice.
The wood, and then with the black lights coming down, it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be black lights on both
Beautiful.
sides coming down.
Beautiful.
So that's one we want to propose that if we would like to get your approval on. And then it's going to be another sign in the front of, this is the front of the building facing out. Let's say that's not the main door, it's the front of the building. And it's going to be right above the front door
Mhm.
on the front of the building, which isn't the main entrance, but it's right in, it fits between here. This is 11 inches in here, and it's going to be probably a little bit more than 4 feet long.
Oh, that's where it's.
It's gonna be here, and it's not gonna be in light, it's all down lighting already. This is, the roof is
Oh,
covering it, and the lights are already facing
Yeah.
down, so we don't have to add any more lights
Yeah,
onto it.
right.
So again, it's not adding additional
It's a nice
lights.
soft
It's
light.
all natural,
Yeah.
they're gonna be on anyway.
Yeah.
So it's gonna shine right on that.
Looks great.
So I think this is really, the whole package is very rich looking, and this is the side entrance. This is on the north side of the building where they're gonna enter. This is gonna be the main entrance on the side. And what they're gonna do is propose this sign right between the windows. And it's gonna be the same coloring as this, but it's in black. Sort of the same color tones they're gonna be using.
They're getting a light too.
That's gonna have, what that's gonna have, it's gonna have goosenecks
Oh, yeah,
again
nice.
coming down. It's only, it's not a big size, it's 96 by 24 or 34 is it, I got on my glasses.
24.
I'm sorry, what?
24, 96 by 24. Right.
Okay.
And then they're gonna have the goosenecks coming down from
Yeah, I know.
with the cans. And I think it's a great, I mean, it's a beautiful package and it's very rich looking.
So in terms of, you don't have specs on the light, that's something I assume you'll send it over to Peter?
Yeah, we'll get the specs for that and just send it to Peter for his approval. We'll get, it's gonna be similar to this. You know how to get this, you get this back up? That's what the lighting is gonna look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay, this. No, it's okay. Oh, that looks great. Can you see me? Okay, thank
I
you.
like the name. I like the name.
Yeah,
I like a
it
dormer
looks really
cat or
nice.
something maybe.
My daughter's.
Oh, I see. I had a feeling.
How many total wall signs do you have?
Excuse me?
Total square footage of wall signs?
Wall sconces?
Wall signs,
Signs.
Wall signs, two,
there's two,
just two.
and they're both
One over the door facing Route 7A, and
96
one
by
facing the parking lot.
96 by 24 for the two of them?
Yeah, it's, well, the one facing the doorway, that's 6 feet because they're 3-foot doors. It's gonna be about 4.5 feet. And it's gonna be, I think, 11 inches high. It did not, I think it is gonna be 11 inches high.
Got it.
Maybe you'd like to see a picture of it. I have it right here.
How's that math work, Peter?
Yeah, is it
Yep.
within the criteria?
Yep, looks good. So,
So we're really planning, hopefully, they have their fingers crossed to try and get August sometime, middle of August, and, or somewhere in there, but it's going, all the construction's going really smoothly for them and everything. And it's gonna be, I think, a great looking site.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Do we have any questions on signs, lighting? Peter, we're good with the buildings?
be careful with the distance off of the building, just
This
in the
is-
line of sight.
You're saying 8 foot off the building?
8 foot is what they asked for. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Would you want to scooch a
give
little
us
bit more?
More?
I think you're gonna scooch a little bit more. Just let us know where you're gonna put it and we'll have Jeff come down. and make sure
Okay,
the line's
if we can just get a little bit more off that.
right. Is that a scooch or? How much is a little bit?
I'll leave it up to you, though, that's.
Can you define scooch?
We'll call you down when we're putting it up. All right.
Other than specifics on site location, anything else on this one?
No, I think it looks good.
I'm good.
Somebody want to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve the signs and lighting as presented.
Thank you so much.
I'll second.
Great, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
This can't be a phone number.
802.
Weiner,
What if I?
4961 Main Street, applicant requesting to install two-sided hanging blade sign measuring 45 inches by 25 inches.
Yeah. Thanks. Good sign.
Okay, Mr. Weaver.
Thanks for that dinner you gave us, that for the Special Olympics.
Oh,
Thank you so
I
much.
think I was there, yeah.
You were at that dinner that.
Oh, that, oh, yeah. That was fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for
You
doing
good here?
That's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Great.
Okay,
Agenda items, I think we're going, yep, there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, are you guys still looking at for it?
This is the,
It's the Benji's one, right?
Yes.
Right.
the.
The Benji's ice
The
cream.
ice
Okay, we're good, then.
See, we didn't get that.
I have it from my other one, I think when it was mailed to us.
Where is it? The Back of the,
It's right here, right next to, Long Ago Farm.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It was mailed.
Yeah.
Oh, I just used it
Yeah.
for hard copy.
Yeah.
You want
that's
to look
okay.
at that?
Yep. See, this is your copy.
Looks like a fun place.
Location for it?
Yep.
But it looks like a fun place. No, that's okay.
You need this?
No, the way to sign it, it looks like it's gonna be fun.
So, yeah.
Looks like it's gonna be fine, right? Dark, black.
Nah, yeah.
It is ice cream.
Wow, yeah, I like that. That's my weakness.
And do we have a sense of the height of this sign? I mean, I'm sure we're way within compliance on this, on the looks of it.
There's no
Yeah,
measurement there.
it's got to be at least, I think 8 feet.
Above the door.
Door is 6'8", so.
Is there an existing sign
Yeah,
there now? Is that
It's
right?
above the door, because it's on that awning, if that's what you're asking.
Is there an existing sign there now, Stan? I don't.
No, there was a proposal to open a
Okay.
different ice cream store
Okay,
last month,
Right.
but she didn't go through with it.
okay.
This space was incorporated to another store that was next door.
Right, okay.
Just cut it.
Got it. Thoughts on the sign, comments?
I like it. It's fun, looks like a lot of fun.
Anybody else?
No, very bright.
Lighting, is there existing lighting on this?
No lighting.
Okay.
Yeah, there is existing
So there is
Lighting.
existing?
there is existing lighting there.
Says no
You
lighting.
can't see it from that picture though.
So it's no new lighting, is that what you're saying? Because
Right,
this
there's
is-
no new lighting, right?
So can we get a, so we just want
Still has to be compliant with today's standards.
just want to make sure whatever you do have is up to code.
And I'm not seeing the application, but is that the only sign for the business or is there going to be anything else? Is that the only? sign?
Window sign.
There's going to be a window sign
Yeah, there are,
there?
Doesn't
one
say.
of,
We
Okay.
didn't receive anything, no.
No,
That's all we have.
that's all we have.
this is picture of the front of the store.
Right,
It's both windows,
Yes,
so it's a pretty big space.
it's.
Where's the window sign?
Well, it's gonna be.
You mean a proposed sign?
It wasn't
or-
so what's the light that you're referring to, I guess?
Again, you can't see it from here.
Okay, so
There's a
maybe
light
what-
above in the awning.
the way we're gonna work this then is
Yeah.
you'll coordinate with Peter on this?
Yeah, maybe you'd like to change the lighting.
Well, I mean.
You
if
may
it's
not like that
compliant,
lighting.
Right.
I wasn't anticipating a question of the lighting.
Well, because it says no lighting on the application.
Right,
This is-
that would make sense.
These would be the ones that he
I would say there's not gonna be lighting because I have a light post in the
Okay, so
parking lot.
even if there's existing lighting, the point is, go through Peter. It's just, we're gonna keep this simple.
Yeah.
Right,
Anybody else? So for
You
the,
could see a light above the doorway, but that's not gonna fit. It's not gonna be on a sign at all.
Yeah, but you could put a small light on the sign if you wanted.
But I could put it, there is a light that would shine down there, but I'm not sure if you would like it.
Well,
well,
you have to go by Peter and.
Yeah, yeah.
So in other words, can I just clarify? So we are approving this sign, the
That's
window
right,
sign,
that's,
but we're gonna hold off on what's going in the windows at this point?
well, that's
or
what I was
we-
gonna get into next. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
what is what's the font and what's the proposal for the window sign? Is it following the same format?
yeah,
It is. So you'd have to go through Peter on what the allowable square
Yeah, sure.
footage is for a window sign.
I wasn't anticipating a window sign. Because with these large windows, you look in space and there's gonna be a wall inside that's lit up.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I really wasn't anticipating a window.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have it then? You don't,
At this point, I don't need to have it, but
okay,
some of the other stores in there suggested it.
okay.
They thought it'd be,
Well, are you the applicant or are you the land? I mean,
I'm
the
both,
land, oh, so you're opening this yourself?
yes.
Okay, okay, I was a little confused there for
Well,
a
it's
minute.
up to you. whether-
Yeah, exactly.
It's your decision
Yeah.
whether you want to have.
I'd
a
rather
window-
see the ice cream than a sign, but
People-
I said, I'd love to see the ice cream rather than a sign of ice
Right,
cream. but-
right. I was gonna
Yes.
say, you don't need to have it if you don't want it, the window sign.
Or you could put it up later.
Well, at this point, I'm gonna say no to the window. So
No to the window
It's
sign.
nicer to see in and see the
Nice
activity.
to
People
be
eating-
in and understand we're gonna have cows. So
That would make me want to have.
it could be a farm.
Yeah. And you could have on the back wall a sign that you could actually see through and see everything going on and see the sign in the back.
That won't work
Okay.
because of
well,
the production.
I think we've already kind of determined no
Yeah.
window sign and we're dealing with just.
Just
the
a blade
three-
sign,
yeah,
hanging
Yeah.
blade sign. So I make a motion to approve the hanging blade sign,
With that,
With the lighting.
the lighting being approved by Peter
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
I'll second.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great, thank you. Good luck with that one.
Thank you.
So we're going back to,
Green Dragon Games.
that was green, that was Donna, Donza.
Deanna Donza, is
Yeah.
Deanna Donza here?
Green, dragon, green.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
I don't
Uh,
know.
So Deanna Donza, 4697 Main Street. Applicant is requesting the installation of a 72 by 24 inch panel to be located over the window of 4697 Main Street. I think we have a copy of the sign up. So
Which is one of the three buildings there.
No, yeah, so she's this.
Oh, you can see it, okay, there.
It's your sign. Yeah.
So we're back to this,
oh,
the green dragon is.
Can we get to that one? Yeah, can you get to that? Yeah. There we go.
Oh, cultivate and learn.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is 301 Depot Street. Okay. Yep.
This is, yeah, okay. All right, good. Everybody's familiar with the location?
Yep.
Yep.
Good questions on the sign?
It's just this one sign hanging up.
Oh, that's over here.
I'm sorry.
We're back to Green Dragon.
No, we're actually
No, we're not.
cultivated.
But John said he wanted to go to Green Dragon. Sorry.
Well, I was there, who's Deanna Donza? That's who I called out as the applicant. Okay, so let's deal with that. That's okay, good. Okay. Anybody with this one?
This is one sign.
One sign.
Oh,
And no, it says no lighting here either, right? Nothing. Is it replacing the sign that's already there? What is the sign that's already there?
The sign that was there was.
Oh, okay.
the what? Is this like a tutorial place or something like that?
me,
Yeah.
yeah, educational consultant.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Uh,
And
anybody?
it's made out of, what is the sign made out of?
What is the material for the signage?
These are, this is flat leather.
The material for the board?
Flat letters, tree logo.
Using the same material that we used for.
Anything else on this one,
I'm fine.
ladies?
Nope, that was my only question, what it was made out of, that's all.
But I think she just commented
Yeah.
it's the same.
It's same material as the
Same
prior
product, yeah.
sign, yep. Any questions?
I'm good.
Okay. Somebody like to make a motion on this one?
I'll move approval of the sign as presented.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, Green Dragon Games. Not understanding. I don't have that on my agenda.
It's not on the agenda. They missed it.
Yeah,
Okay. I got the rest of the packet.
You've got the.
I got the rest of
Yep.
the packet, so
Okay,
I mean,
yep.
I know what it is.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like it's the, what's the location of this thing? 301 Depot Street.
Right next to Shea Crew and Apricot Lane, right?
That's right.
Very next building.
And
okay.
So
Is
there was-
it upstairs or downstairs?
so there wasn't a description to the project on the application, so maybe you can tell us what it is. There wasn't a description of the project, so just give us a quick
What is it
overview.
like?
What's the business?
what's
What are we
I
doing?
say-
I can do that. I can do this. So Green Dragon Games is the gaming store. We'll have interest in gaming. We're building out, we're almost done. With the build out, we have 2 private gaming rooms, an open gaming area, and in between, a large retail space. So we'll sell games, all kinds of board games,
Mhm.
And whatever, and we'll have, an open gaming area with, so far we got 4 tables.
Mhm.
They're not in there yet, the paint just went up, and we got 2 like fully enclosed, private gaming rooms as well. One will be a digital gaming room,
Mhm.
and the other will be traditional tabletop.
What kind of games?
The open gaming room will be free to the public, and more, we want to be like a community gathering place. Board games and.
Board games, role-playing games, card games, Magic,
Yeah.
That's nice.
Risk, whatever you want.
Yeah, for kids too?
All ages is
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, 10 and up.
10 and up.
Yeah.
Which one of these buildings is this? So what second floor is this one to?
By the gas station.
Yeah, this is the furthest one heading towards.
No.
So it's, like if J. Crew is here, heading out Depot Street, around here, it's the farthest one.
So you're the end,
Yes, yeah.
and it's just the top, the second floor.
Yeah, yeah.
So lighting for, and windows up there, I assume that there's gonna be
Yes.
people there later on at night.
Yes, yes.
What are the hours?
Yeah.
Got pretty good lighting, we got track lighting, got fluorescent lighting, and we got, open windows, plenty of natural light, for the private gaming room. Digital gaming room is inside, that'll be artificial light, because digital. And the open gaming area has, I think, 3 open windows, large open windows, plenty of light. And you will have, lights for this sign. I don't know if they're gonna be solar or.
Well, you'll work through Peter with that,
Yeah.
so. Because you didn't bring anything to the table here tonight, did you? for
Looks
lights.
like there's some existing lights there now on the building itself,
Right,
exterior.
sconces.
The sconces, okay,
There are two, lights.
Yeah,
One's a flat sign,
right,
but we want the sign to be visible walking down between the buildings. Because of that flat sign, you really have to walk right to the door and you turn and you can see it.
mm-hmm,
it's a nice sign, so if it was lit, a nice low light on, it would be pretty.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, you wanna talk about the sign today?
Maybe carved gold leaf letters and help it read it. You got chip on there around the edge, and then the dragon logo will be raised pieces. So that's some dimension to it.
So again, I guess getting back to lighting, just to be clear, that's something you'll work with through Peter on. As far as the sconce building lights, what's, is the plan to hold on to those in place?
Well, I don't know the building, but, imagine, say, I'm sure.
So you have there's no proposal on your part to touch that, those.
Yeah, that looks like the first floor.
No,
Like French.
main lights, the existing lights, but we'll probably want to add lights to the sign.
Right, and again, we just went through that you'll speak with Peter on that.
yeah.
So,
So in other words, we can approve the sign as is, but any exterior lighting you work with Peter on, does that make sense?
Yes,
Not interior lighting, exterior lighting?
yes.
Okay,
and we,
We'll be back again, because, there's another, we didn't have time to get ready, but there's another sign, flat banner sign for the opposite side. That has good visibility, coming this way down Depot Street. That we would like to propose.
So it-
Ready for the design. Next.
so are we looking to approve this one and you're gonna resubmit a new application? Okay.
Can I just ask you quickly, are there other models of this that we've done in other places?
what,
The gaming
Oh,
type,
yeah.
Well, I mean, gaming. is
Yeah.
exploding.
Okay.
Really, it's
people go and play games at a place.
Yeah.
It's great, yes.
It's like, it's exploding right now.
So what's the total occupancy up there?
I mean, like, before your fire code, I'm not sure.
It's just under 3,000 square feet, but that's on my list to ask the landlord, but we don't know that yet.
Okay, is this coming, this doesn't come before DRB? Yeah, I think I'd like to understand.
Retail.
I'd like to understand what the maximum occupancy is gonna be up there.
I don't know what the fire code maximum occupancy is.
But you're coming back to us anyway, it sounds like, correct?
Yeah.
So maybe you can get that information at that point.
So we'll have four, tables in the open gaming area. That's, you know, any given time, I wouldn't guess it'd be more than 20, maybe 30.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know what fire code calls for.
And people go at night, are you gonna be open at night? Is that your plan?
Yeah, so, yeah, we're gonna open later because, you know, people have work. So we'll open around like 11 on weekdays and noon to say 10 on Friday and Saturday. And we'll close at like 8 on, you know, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
And the inside lights will be turned off when you close. Is that the plan or?
I believe so, yeah.
So we're gonna make that, so.
Well, I hope you're successful, really do,
Yeah.
because,
It's nice to bring something.
we
else to the
need,
community.
you know, the town's getting more active, which I think is great.
Yeah.
I think things like this kind of reflect that.
Yeah, we really want to get the gap and make people come and play games.
Yeah.
You know, and we were going to talk about having a DND night. Meaning designated non-drinking.
Yeah.
So we want some place for people to come and play games, have something else to do, so, you know.
Or it's,
That.
So is there food also being served here?
We have no plans to serve food, but coffee, we would like to, even if we don't charge for it, have some coffee, because if we're gonna play games for 4 hours.
Stay away
We're
from
gonna want something to drink.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Not necessarily just coffee and maybe bottled water,
Mhm.
sodas, coffee. That's pretty much it.
So it's BYOB on that.
Kind of, yeah, you might have a little fridge, but you know, with just like waters and stuff, sodas.
Sounds great.
Yeah, good luck.
Good, perfect.
Good luck.
So we make a motion just on the sign
Yeah.
as is.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll work with this sign and then you'll come back on lighting and then your second sign and max occupancy.
I'll make
Yes, you will.
sorry. I'll make a motion to approve the sign as presented.
A second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Okay, great, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Where did you get the fire?
Can I ask one question? I just put
that their responsibility?
sign.
I mean, it should be the building owner that gets that.
Right. I mean, I'm
French.
It is that, that's.
I'm just talking about what, how many words is it read on a sign? You're saying 5.
Well, I shouldn't say that. 5 to 6 for drive-by is about all people will read.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know, something like this where people are walking up the pathway, it's a little different, but
Us to be.
yeah, for a sign that's up by the road, people won't read, you know, people try to put a
Just-
board up.
I'm just concerned with getting
Yeah.
like too many, in that toy shop.
This is a 6.
Okay.
But I'm saying the one that's at toy and it says souvenirs right in the middle of me. I think it's too much.
Does that make
But
sense?
yeah, it does. and
I'm just looking for like a,
Not in that.
yeah, some type of framework.
You just want the LEDs up? Is that for this?
Is this on the agenda? So,
It was a busy week, we had added and subtracted.
so what are we looking to do here, Paul, quickly on the overview for DAB?
Giving the exteriors. Is that?
But we don't have any.
Well, we have, I mean, just for the DRB, we do.
Yeah, I know, but I have nothing on reference. I know that one, but I mean, for DAB, I mean, we don't have any plans or anything to actually look at. So what are we just gonna go through the slideshow here?
You're like,
I mean,
anyway, but she's not, it's just, I'll take full responsibility that this. Probably should have been one, didn't make it on. Yeah. And you were kind enough to show up to say hello. Yeah. And tell us a little bit about, the kind of thing what we can do.
Since it wasn't warned.
yeah, I agree. I mean, we're just talking amongst ourselves and we are a little concerned about it not being warned
For this.
for this meeting, just because this is a big topic of conversation, whether it's the look or.
I've read the zoning ordinance, I don't know that this committee has.
Well, it's 48 hours for them to warn it, but they make recommendations to either DRB or to the zoning commission typically. But ordinarily, they have a set of things in front of them to look at and get some questions. Unfortunately, they didn't get the opportunity to do that. So, I have one suggestion.
I mean, I'm happy to kind of just, well, maybe I'm not so happy. I mean, the fact is that, you know, for us to take any testimony or hear anything on it is kind of premature considering there was no warning on it on our part, but what are your thoughts, Paul? I mean, obviously, you know, DRB is the final say regardless. I mean, they may kick it back to us after we look at it at that point, but it's more formality, I would say, at that stage in the game.
Well, I submitted a permit application a couple months ago, 6 weeks ago.
Well, it sounds like you've done all the right things. It's just we dropped the ball perhaps on our side, so.
Do I have to wait another month?
No, I think we can probably expedite this the way we're doing the other one. I mean, you're gonna be heard tonight on the majority of the stuff. If we wanted to kind of come say that, you know what, I mean,
Look at the landscape plans.
we're gonna revisit the design component of this at a special meeting to be called, what do you figure, Pete? 2 weeks, week?
Yeah, we basically need 48 hours to.
So next week, you good, Paul?
But I'd like to make sure that you have the documents.
Right.
you need
Right.
And
Can
have
we-
enough time to digest them.
Well, it sounds like he already has it. So he just needs to be, they just need to be forwarded to
I
you.
want to make sure that you have
Yeah,
it.
agreed.
Both of your questions.
We have a second DRB meeting scheduled for the 16th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there a chance of, is that what you're saying, calling another meeting for the DAB?
Yeah.
Yep. Can we do it the same day or? It's up to, I mean.
It's up to Paul. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we can try to accommodate your schedule on this one.
Yeah, okay.
So the 16th.
I believe that's the next one.
August 2nd meeting.
Or do you want to wait till after DRB? Then bounce, circle back with Peter. And then we can kind of formulate a time and he can at least warn it.
So the meaning of the process is. The process is approval. It's.
Well, we're just recommending approval, so we're not formally approving anything.
So if I go through DRB today, and there's no questions.
They're gonna look for comments from the DA for this.
That's the only thing. That's what I'm saying. I think you're gonna get a pretty good sense at 7:30 as to whether somebody wants to see something a little bit different.
So I could do approval contingent on DAB input.
Subject to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the mercy of your schedule to some extent. I wasn't expecting, Peter would kind of to reach out and say, hey, you're going to be at 5:00. So I'm not on the agenda. But I don't know.
Right. Well, we know that, yeah.
So, yeah, whatever it is, it's just, I can provide all printouts, so it would be great, to do it sooner. But, I can't be here on the 16th.
Do you have a date that you could be?
I mean, next week's pretty early. Yeah.
I'm good next week. Who's the other one person that we were trying to, coordinate with here today?
The old Blue Wing place, Kelly Morgan.
The color, building color.
The building code?
Yeah, the green
I
color.
mean, if we can kind of tie it into that, so we're kind of seeing two things. I'm good with next week, so. How's everybody else looking so far?
Oh, are we talking next Wednesday or are what's the date we're looking at? Just so I know. I didn't,
What do you guys have
Next
in mind?
Friday's Street Fest, so we might not want to do that, but
What day is the Street Fest?
the 11th, Friday.
Yeah, I don't want to go on a Friday anyway. How
Well,
about next Wednesday? Is there enough time?
Okay,
Hmm?
5 o'clock?
Wednesday.
Okay.
I'll make sure you come in and meet.
We should be out by 6.
yeah, I was gonna say, I just have to double check my
We'll
schedule.
repost it.
I think it's latest.
Good, perfect. And then it'll give you an opportunity, Paul, at least at 7:30 to kind of see what some of the feedback looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's only conditional, requested conditional.
That's right. Okay. Good.
So next
Sorry about
Friday.
that. What else do we have here?
Are we still on the recording or are we
We saw her.
should probably call the meeting or no? Or is there still other things we need to talk about?
I don't, do we have anything further that needs to be on the record here? Nice.
I don't believe so. If you guys want to wait on the Moonwink paint change color?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No applicant, no real hearing, as
Okay.
far as I think the way we've settled on this.
Okay.
If we are meeting next week at Wednesday
Right.
at 5 o'clock, is there
Reach
any way
out
of
to them.
reaching out to Morgan and asking him?
Yeah, I'll send an email.
If he's
Good,
available.
perfect.
Okay.
Otherwise, if somebody wants to make a motion, I mean. we can-
Make a motion to close, second.
Favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, great.
Recording stopped.